The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining us today for our co-branded webinar between Accuro and the Association of Fitness Studio, AFS, around how to create customer loyalty and grow your business with heart rate training. My name is Aaron Iceberg, and I'm the VP of Marketing for Accuro, and I'm pleased to have you all here with us today for this awesome presentation that we're about to put on. I'm also pleased to introduce and welcome Josh Levy and Chuck Levy from the Association of Fitness Studios, and I'll have them introduce themselves in a minute to let you know a little bit about them and who they are. Also have with us Kevin Bryant, who is our VP of Sales for Accuro, and he'll be leading most of this presentation. Now, real quickly, before I jump into who Accuro is, if you're new to us, I do have a quick poll question here that if you all could answer it, I would appreciate it. That will help us out greatly. So if you are new to Accuro, I'll give you a quick introduction and then get on with today's session. I know that's what you're really here for. So as your partner, Accuro, we strive to assist your studio in creating a culture around heart rate training, so both inside and outside your club, that will help provide a unique member experience and help build customer loyalty. So the products we offer to help fully do this covers a wider range, ranging from heart rate monitors, both chest and wristband, things like wireless enabled body composition scales, blood pressure monitors, all the way to the data collection and health management app that we have, the heart rate projection program, and the cloud-based member data profile. So our vision is to offer you the infrastructure which your club can build your services, establish your brand, and build your brand to your members. So with that said, I'd like to turn it over real quickly. Actually, thank you. I want to close this poll. I appreciate everybody doing that for us here. And then just real quickly as well, I'd like to turn things over to Josh from AFS so he can give us a quick 30 to 40 second overview of what AFS is and how they could help your studio succeed along with what we're doing here today. So Josh?
Yeah, Aaron, thank you. My name is Josh Levy. I'm the founder and CEO of AFS, and Chuck Levy, who's also on the line, he's our Executive VP of Business Development. Quick background on AFS. The Association of Fitness Studios, we're a membership organization. So we provide studios and gyms really from 500 to 10,000 square feet, anyone who doesn't consider themselves a big box health club, along with entrepreneurial fitness professionals, the platform to effectively start, manage, and grow their businesses. So AFS supports this really rapidly expanding community by providing industry-leading resources necessary to really expand the life of our members' businesses. We really care about our members' success pretty much like they care like their clients' success. And so as the only trade association that is solely dedicated to the careers and growth of the fitness studio market, AFS supports coaches, trainers, instructors, and really the fitness industry as a whole. So more about us can be found on our website at afsfitness.com. And then just a real quick aside, we really could not be happier to support Accuro for this really, really important webinar. In a lot of the research we've seen and the data coming in from the fitness industry, heart rate training consistently is at the top of the list of trends. And further, when you talk about how much data is going to be gathered in the future as wearable devices become hearables and more sensors are developed to track different data, it's going to be incredibly important in the job of everyone listening in to make sense of this data and apply it in your business and with your clients. So it's a really exciting time and be exciting to kind of see where things are going to go in the future. And I know Accuro is really kind of at the forefront of all that. So exciting times. So thanks, Aaron.
Josh, appreciate that. And then before here, I'm just going to let Kevin jump in, but one real quick housekeeping item that if you do have questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to ask them in the question panel over on the right-hand side there, and I'll help you to address those questions either directly with you or bring them up to Kevin at the end of the session when he's ready to go there. So with that said, I won't hold everybody up anymore, and I'll turn things over to Kevin. Kevin?
Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. Josh, Chuck, I appreciate this time and being able to partner with you guys to be able to deliver not only this information, but as it relates in today's growing marketplace. Josh, you used a word a minute ago that is, I don't know if you know how prevalent it is, but according to ACSM, they think the wearable marketplace is still going to be not a trend, but it continues to grow and grow and grow. Trends continue to become long-lasting. We've seen Fitbit ads, iWatch ads, all wearable device technologies, and it's only going to continue to get growing more and more. But this is 2007's ACSM's trends for health, fitness, and wellness. Guess what the last year's trend was? 2016. It was wearable technology. So, having said that, why am I starting here when we're here to talk about how growing your business and heart rate training? Because this is very much a huge, huge part of the opportunity. The areas in yellow that are highlighted are all areas associated or are touched by heart rate training in some way, shape, or form. Body weight training, sure. I can monitor and watch and see your heart rate as you're changing, knowing how much to push you or how not to push you in HIIT training. Strength training, how do you know when is the right time to move to the next set? Is it just because you counted 30 seconds and said, ready, let's go? Why not wait to see your heart rate drop to know that the metabolic systems are there, pathways are charging your body's mechanisms ready to lift again? And in group personal training, it's very documented personal training. And Aaron has got an article that he's just got finished producing about the exact thing of exercise and weight loss. And we can provide that to you as well, and how to use heart rate training in that weight loss opportunity. But we've got 7 out of the top 10 things, but is there more? You know what I'm going to say. Yes, there's more. Wearable technology. It's on the wrist today. We have 3 different chest straps. Apps. There's more apps out there than Carter's got green level pills, is what my mom might say. The applications, here's your other ones. Orange Theory, another huge push in heart rate training today. Functional training, HIIT training. So again, back to heart rate training. Heart rate training is only about 30 years old. But why is it not being used? Why shouldn't it be used? Or how can it be used? Participation, predictability, prescription. We can help our clients, our members, to know when to stop, when to move on, when to slow down. But more importantly, it guarantees and can provide them with results. You've heard it on the club scene, and it's just as rampant and prevalent in the fitness studio scene as attracting new, having something new, and retaining more. The heart, obviously, I am a trainer, but I'm not here to try and teach you. You know the attributes of heart rate training as it relates to the roles of the heart. We need to show the members how to train the most important muscle of their body. But circling back on why heart rate training is so prevalent today, I'm gonna throw something at you here for a second. You've all got your own ideas, but your clubs, studios are full of those 40, 50, and 60 somethings that are out there. These folks were just starting their way in a lifestyle of health and fitness in the 70s and 80s. So now, why is it important for heart rate training? It gives these people something else to do that they've never done before. technology necessarily has not been as wide across the scale and prevalent in the marketplace. But now today's millennials, they're tech savvy, they want technology, they're loving to wear it anyway they touch it. But now we can give these 40, 50 somethings something else to do because they've done everything you've asked them to do. So why not help them train the most important muscle of their body? It's so interesting to see some of these trends going on nowadays. Isn't HIIT training just interval training? Isn't interval training just another way to elevate cardiovascular endurance by way of VO2 max training? Nothing new under the sun. We just brand it and call it something different, like afterburn training. Being able to burn calories longer throughout the day, 12, 14, maybe even 20 hours longer, according to one popular fitness studio that's out in the marketplace today. But it's all about branding. Afterburn. I'd rather do an afterburn than get EPOC. I don't know about you. But it's the same thing, and so is oxygen debt. It just doesn't have that sex appeal to it like afterburn does. But at the end of the day, it all guarantees results. So other heart rate training influencers, I mentioned them before, Fitbit, the iWatch, Orange Theory's opened their 500th studio. Not only just the U.S., Canada. I've been chatting with some folks in Latin America, Lima, Bogota, Colombia. They're all over now, Mexico. Heart rate monitors. We've partnered with Mio to bring the best optical heart rate monitors that are in the market and most accurate that is in the marketplace today. There's the Link, the Fuse, and the Slice is coming out in January. Excellent, accurate, comfortable, and very widespread in use. We have our three, the 302, the 303, and 304, all for different price points for different business models that you may be running. Accuracy is widespread for the Mio wrist device as well as the chest straps. It's not because of lack of information and lack of data. It's why is it not out in the clubs and why is it growing right now? Because people are now implementing heart rate training. Here's the Orange Theory Mio Link device and our chest straps that are there. We private label and brand our monitors to help fit your market need and help you grow your business. Help you brand your business in your community. We can even provide that on a box for you. Give us your logo, or you can even create your own box, your own colors, your own design. Again, it's about your brand, not ours. We help you gain exposure into your marketplace and community. Implementation is easy. You can do it in a full club. Best probably is in a small group training and personal training setting. One club chain operator that we work with, he's got 3 clubs, studio in size. 2 of them where he's implemented the Accuro Fit system has documented 30% and 17% growth in his small group training revenue. Whereas in his 3rd club, which he's now added with Accuro, but then it only had a 7% growth. Percentage is percentage. I don't care if it's 500 members or 5,000. It's significant to your bottom line. So it's smart, it's relevant, and it's business worthy. So what is it? Dynamic heart rate display. There it is in Orange Theory. There it is in a club in Chicago. It shows and provides a lot of things, and we'll get into that, but here's how it works. On the wrist device or the chest, It communicates by an ANT plus signal, ANT plus. If you're not familiar with it, it is a wireless protocol. I encourage you to Google it, ANT plus. Similar to Bluetooth, but allows multiple devices to connect to us, as opposed to a one-on-one like Bluetooth. But then the receivers send the information to the router sends it Wi-Fi to the computer pushes it up on the screen by way of an HDMI cable or wireless. Nowhere did the internet come into play here. So if your studio does not have very good Wi-Fi, no worries. We create a separate wireless network between the devices, and then our router communicates to your router. Typically, we suggest by a hardwire. That's the most important thing, to get the data, as you see the small email summary. But that's the stickiness, is the email summary that goes outbound. We'll see that in a moment. You place the receivers in the club area. Very simple to install. We provide a laptop and the router, your logo more importantly, inserted within the software. So it's all about you, not about us. We want to help you promote yourself. Our system is an open system, an open platform, where we actually are able to bring in a lot of other heart rate monitors. Convenience for your clients. Goal is to, if they want results, they want to train appropriately within the zone that is best suited for them as you're dictating in the programming and protocol. It's helpful, very helpful, if not mandatory, to have a heart rate monitor. The receivers are placed within the regional area of the club, typically a studio setting, next to the router. Communication through HDMI to the laptop, and it pushes the information up on the screen. Notice the AFS logo on the bottom left. That would be your logo. So we help brand you. You'll see this live here in a moment. But the data that you see is here. The name, intensity, points. It's a point system for gamification. You get points for being in certain colors and in certain zones for periods of time. Calories, heart rate, all information everybody wants to know. The time and zone is probably one of the most important things, and you'll see it here displayed to you and for you in a different way. But immediately after the class, the leaderboard will pop up. For those competitive of nature, then this disappears and gets to what I call the meat and potatoes. This is where you as a trainer are able to teach, train, coach, and encourage your members by way of how much time that they've spent in particular zones. The blue zone is 59% and less of their heart rate max. Green is 60s, yellow 70s, orange 80s, and then 90 plus. You're only going to spend just brief periods of time there in the red zone. Good job, Steve. 132 points. So within an hour-long class, there are norms or expectations. About 180 to 200 points would be what we would suggest for an hour-long HIT-style class. Great job, Steve. See you Wednesday. So we help you brand and promote you. So this, again, becomes the sticky part of our conversation, or what your members see from you. So your logo would be in the upper left. Going from left to right, calories, yay, burn 736, 55 minutes, and I got 195 intensity points. Being in the red zone, you get 5 points, orange 4, 3 yellow, green you get 2, negligible cardiovascular benefit in the blue, so you only get 1 there. But this happens automatically. You do nothing except start the class. Post-class, this automatically goes out. And at the beginning of each month, this goes out. Total workouts, total calories burnt year to date, points. The most important thing here again, team, is time and zone. This shows a true training effect. Immediate gratification. Immediate gratification. It hits their phone before they're driving out of the parking lot. Other in-club promotional items, heart rate training, scales, graphics, coming soon, all available to you. Time and zone, zone 3 and 4, the most important. About 60% of this time of a class. If we're looking at that marketing term afterburn, Lord knows I don't want to get into epoch, so let's go with the afterburn. So we're going to burn more calories long term, more calories and fat post-class. If you are a NetPulse customer, we are integrated with NetPulse, so all data is your data. So all you got to do is alert NetPulse that that's what you want to do with your app. Data automatically dumps into your app. And if not, we can help you. We can place through your URL an icon on your web page. You point your members to it, say go to our web page and see how many calories you've burned for the month. They log in, they can start absorbing information as far back as they have collected it. Do a promotion for Facebook posting as well. But if you're a multi-club operation, studios are placed around town, then you can actually see performance of all of your members and of all your locations. And for that fact, all of your trainers that are teaching to see how well they're performing. Even register their heart rate monitor online. Other connectivities with MindBody, Under Armour app, and other apps coming soon. So with our app connects several devices. You can get it through Google Play and the App Store. But here we're talking about heart rate and affecting your business. Going back to one of the slides up above, you can do heart rate in a full club or in small group training, personal training, but why not teach and train these members who are looking to you for leadership? Why not train them in personal heart rate training to where you teach and train them how to do it, and then they will show you by way of their app how well they're performing. Here's our app. Members would log in through their personal codes. It can be private labeled. Your trainers can use this personal heart rate training concept to teach, train, monitor, and coach your clients from low level to high level. It's tracing everything. Heart rate over time is the way to see it. It's going to see exertion levels and where they need to be. Here's a little game. Are you ready? The first one to your left. What kind of training is that? The middle one. Good job yesterday, Chuck. We went over this. You got that one right. He almost got the third one right. What is that? 1, 2, 3. Heart rate does not lie. People do, but heart rate doesn't. We also have scales associated with our app. The app is free. Scales are inexpensive. Heart rate monitors are inexpensive. But your clients, your members, you can help them keep track of their own personal health. Blood pressure as well. Aaron, we're kind of wrapping up. I tried to slow down a little bit, but as it relates to this information, I want to make sure we've got enough time at the end, guys, for any Q&As that you all have.
Yeah, one of the things, one of the questions that popped up here, Kevin, is, can you speak a little bit to how, some of the clubs that utilize a system like this and, try to build their business around heart rate training, how do they go about doing that? I mean, it's as opposed to just putting in a system like this, how are they selling it to their members, and how are they trying to get their members to buy into this, which in turn helps grow the club in general? So what are some of your thoughts around that?
Great question. Let me speak to that by way of what's occurring out in the marketplace today. If none of you have gone to an Orange Theory class, I suggest to you that you go and just take the class as a workout, but also understand what they're doing. What they are doing is appealing to the marketplace for data. I want to know what my personal health is. It's immediate gratification at its best. I walk into an Orange Theory, I see my name pop up on the screen. It's kind of like a reverse cheers. Norm! I walk in and I see my name. Kevin pops up. I'm there with a bunch of other people that are there associated with wanting to take care of themselves, lose weight, increase their cardiovascular endurance, muscle strength, endurance, and performance. But this is a business model that's now proven itself. They come in, you pay so much either per class or for what I call an all-you-can-eat plan, or as many classes that you can go to and schedule yourself in on that week. The heart rate monitors there, as I said, they provide their members with the opportunities of two. They sell the monitors to them, the chest or the Mio Link device. Revenue stream possibilities there, but make no mistake, it's not about selling the monitors revenue. There is some to be had, because you buy from us at a wholesale price, but it's the perceived value that you leave your member and client with. But more importantly, it's the results that you can almost guarantee. If they don't trash it by going out and having margaritas and tacos day in and day out, if they guard and watch what they eat, because of the attributes of EPOC, afterburn, they are going to burn more calories throughout the day. That's only one business that is out there, Aaron, but a pretty successful one. Choose is another. CHUZE is a club chain, Southern California, Colorado, that it's an upsell business opportunity. They're a $10 a month membership, but they upsell members for $49 a month. Then they get what they call team training, which is an Orange Theory clone, more or less. It is the opportunity to do a similar style class, 12 treadmills, 12 rowers, and space for approximately 12 people on body weight training. And yes, they sell the heart rate monitor. Within another major brand, they do small group training. And again, it's not the heart rate monitor itself that they make the revenue. It's about having those members sign up for the small group training and that program revenue, because that's where it's at. Getting them and keeping them coming back for more. Aaron?
That's good. So another one here was, you mentioned, and you were talking a lot about using it as an upsell, using heart rate monitors as an upsell and all of that. Do you also see other ways that clubs are utilizing the heart rate monitors? Are they renting or loaning them out? And if they do that, what do you recommend they do as opposed to renting them? Do you see more clubs doing that, or do you see more of them upselling and selling them to your members, as you mentioned?
Another good question. I've been waiting to see a club do something like this. What I mean, there is the opportunity to rent, but just to rent the heart rate monitor, I want you all to understand some of the dynamics about renting a heart rate monitor. But I'm going to click out of here. Wow, had a lot of stuff open. But renting the device, that means there's got to be some administration on the back end of that, Aaron. Because if you rent a device, that means you have to exchange that device day in and day out, day in and day out. We can do that. That's called loaner pods. Say in this situation, I've got 3 loaner pods available. I can add one. But this is the serial number of the pod. Now watch what happens when I'm going to go to mine, modify the member. Right now I'm going to, hey, there's 3 pods available in the inventory. Yes, Kevin, here's this pod. Here's your chest strap. Oh, you've already got one. Great. Go in there and do the class. So class is over. Right here. As soon as the class is over, then I hit clear the pod. And that pod has then been cleared from my area. But the goal is not to do rentals per se, because what you just saw me do, there's a little labor involved in doing that, albeit it only takes a few seconds. But it depends if you're in your studio setting, or you're going to have your trainers do it prior to class, or you're going to have the front desk do it. 2 different things. I could see an opportunity, Aaron, where the heart rate monitor itself could be included in their membership for their program, in their program fees, or a slight upcharge for the program fee, say $15 a month for 3 months, and it's yours. And then their fees go back down. So several different ways to skin the cat, as it were. But regardless of what the business model is, it's got to be simple. It's got to be quick, fast, and easy. Retailing is probably one of the least effective. The most effective is package and bundling.
Excellent. So that actually rolls right into another question here that was asked, saying still a little unclear on how you take a free class, so like if you have a cycling specific class and it's free, and how you bring this in. So does the club charge the entire class, or only the members that want to do this and buy into it? So not sure how then you would roll that out. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I only, my first start off to answer this question is number 1, buy-in. Not by the members. Oh yeah, that's coming. But folks, if you're going to do it that way, you must have 100% buy-in by 100% of the trainers that will be teaching in the program. If not, don't do it. It'll fail. The trainers are your quiet salespeople, because everybody wants to be like Mike or Lisa. And if those trainers are showing and telling it, meaning having the heart rate monitor on while they're teaching a cycle class, then you've got a great opportunity for a great successful heart rate training cycle class and members getting unbelievable results. So in that case, then you just market the heck out of it on the front end, which Aaron is very adept at helping brand for you. But with that comes also the retailing, because if the class is free, I don't think you're going to give heart rate monitors to everybody in the class just because you love them to death, which you do. So then, when you launch it, the best way to launch it, run a promotion, get the heart rate monitors on them as soon as possible by whatever means is possible. Sell it to them at your price, or perceived valued $79. Give it to them for 50% off. But to a degree, you can guarantee that if they use them, they're going to get hooked onto it, because I keep using the marketing term sticky. It's very, very important to get the monitor on them. And then once you do, those faithful followers of Betty or Tom or whoever the cycling instructor is or HIIT instructor is, then as soon as they start seeing results, they're going to be like Pied Pipers. They'll continue to bring other people with them because they want to play too. I want to see results.
So that actually leads into another question, Kevin, is you mentioned before that, the question really was, getting buy-in and having people, what's the hardest part of getting people to buy in? So let's say, for example, the club has a high monthly rate and people may be wary of having to spend extra money on something like a heart rate monitor. How do you get people really engrossed in wanting to do this and really get them interested? I mean, you mentioned package and bundling. Is there maybe some sort of freemium, you're doing some sort of free trial, or like, how have you seen clubs succeed at getting members not only educated on what this is, but get them really interested and buy in, so that way the club can drive that extra revenue that they're looking to do?
Sure. So if it's a high-end club, I don't think $50, $100 is going to stop them. If the parking lot's full of Volvos, Jaguar, BMWs, Mercedes, I don't think the $50, $100 is going to stop them from getting a heart rate monitor. What's going to stop them is the lack of not buy-in from them, but the lack of buy-in from you, the operator. If you don't promote it and believe it, if you just think they're going to organically buy the heart rate monitor from you, then you got something coming. You need to promote it, you need to believe it, and you need to go all in if you're going to do it. All in for a full club or all in for small group training. Get those faithful followers, faithful few, to get them in a scenario to where they will wear it and be your mouthpiece into your marketplace. This is no different than bringing something new into the club. How did you launch Les Mills if you've done that? How did you launch a new line of treadmills? That's easy, Kevin. All they have to do is see it and walk up and get on it. Ah, they tried it. Try it. You'll like it, Mikey. Get heart rate monitors on them. They will try it. When they start seeing results, they will like it. It is that simple. It's about results. And if they want results, they have to understand the most important muscle of their body, longevity, sports performance enhancement, blood circulation, driving oxygen deep into that muscular system. It's that important, y'all. It's that important. Whether or not you do it this way, they're looking at you to be the leader. So you've got to be the leader in this category. We've sat back and done strength training for far too long, and now we're allowing Fitbits, iWatch to be the leaders of telling your members why heart rate training is needed and relevant. In some cases for the right reasons, because it's fun. Look at those commercials. The guy's chasing the girl down the street one day, and he keeps getting closer until she gets out of reach when she starts going up the stairs. Well, that's kind of funny. But at the end of the day, it's about results, attaining results. Heart rate training is a results gainer.
Excellent. One other question here, Kevin, is, it says they noticed that on your slide that you call it an open system, and on the slide you showed MyZone listed as a strap that would work with the software.
Yeah.
So the question is, don't they have software as well? And could you touch on maybe some of the differences between Accuro and some of the other solutions out there, maybe specifically MyZone?
Okay. Here we go. The other systems that are out there, who Aaron just mentioned, is a closed system. It only works with a MyZone strap. Polar, same thing. You cannot take a Polar strap and use in a MyZone system, or a Garmin, or a Wahoo. But because of the technology of ANTS Plus, you can bring any wrist or any chest ANT Plus device made on the planet into a club that has an Accuro Fit system, and we can bring it into our system. The MyZone strap has a signature that we're able to pick up. So is the Polar 8.7, Garmin's, Wahoo, others. So in that case, we refer to that as an open platform. Now, we're not suggesting that you buy MyZone straps because there's 3 times as much as ours from a cost standpoint. But if a member does happen to have one, or a Polar, or a Garmin, or a Wahoo, we can bring those in. In fact, we've converted clubs that had Polar and clubs that have had MyZone. We've converted those clubs into an Accuro Fit system. And it's easy to do. It's part of the system and the software to be able to capture. I'll show you how that's done real quick. It's as simple as filling out, add a member. You see down here, capture heart rate monitor. I click that button, and I have one of the ANT Plus receivers close by the monitor that I'm trying to bring into the system, no matter whose. If it's an ANT Plus or a MyZone or Polar 8.7s, I can bring it into our system. It's that simple. I hope I explained that. Maybe rattled too much, but.
Yeah, can you explain why something like a Fitbit does not work with the system, but the wristbands we offer, like a Mio, does?
Yeah, sure. That's easy. Fitbit is Bluetooth, a different signature in Bluetooth. As I mentioned previous, the system is an ANT Plus technology. So Bluetooth and ANT Plus do not talk together. Not only that, but there are different signatures of Bluetooth. So our app is Bluetooth, but we cannot utilize because they are very protective of the heart rate or of the signature. So therefore, it won't be able to come into a lot of different apps that are Bluetooth capable out there. So again, to answer the question another way, if it's not an ANT Plus heart rate monitor, like the Mio heart rate monitors are, wrist devices, then it would not be able to play in the system. Pure and simple.
Excellent. So another question here would be, so do you showed how to capture the heart rate monitors. Do you have to do that every time, or once they are in there and captured, are they automatically showing up on the software in the future?
Once in, you win. So once the person's heart rate serial number of the monitor is in, all that, when that data is in there one time, it's in. So then, well, how does this work? They walk into the club, the studio, and as soon as your member gets within ANT Plus distance reach, as soon as the eye in the sky, the ANT Plus monitor is able to see the heart rate monitor, the name of the individual will appear, because that's who it's assigned to. It's on the chest or the wrist of Aaron or JJ or Jacob or Jordan or La Blanca or Superman. So as soon as they get within close proximity of the Ant Plus device, their name will appear. And then, notice down here, click Start to begin the class. Then the instructor hits Start. All the data starts to get captured. Watch it as it fills up. Look deep inside the colors. We see times. It's all about time and zone. I've taught hundreds of heart rate training classes. Inevitably, I am watching the color and the time that is filling up in the circle on Chris, on CJ, on Jacob, on Mad Dog. Because I'm going to try and give them promotionary comments along the way to help them reach their goals, to help them get in the orange zone for a few more seconds. Get out of the red zone because you're getting too hot. Fill up the yellow because the yellow is a good fellow. You want as much yellow and orange as you can. It's all about time. Oh, goodness, look at that, Aaron. We can send promotionary messages along the way. Give encouraging notions to your members and your clients while they're doing this 30-minute HIIT class or more cardio strength base for an hour. But one way or another, you can give promotion to them. It could be advertising, or it could just be, hey, good job, everybody. Now, I've set the parameters up in this demo at 300 calories. Look at the bottom center. Something's going to happen at 300 calories for the total team training, not individual, team. It's about the team, the people that are there. Great job, team. Keep going. All right, let's see how many medals we can get today's class. If you get 5 medals, you're going to get an extra 20% off at the front desk or whatever promotion you want to run. Hey, there are no excuses today, just choices, Aaron. Did you know that?
I did.
So this is how it works. And this is what it looks like. Your logo's on the bottom left, not ours.
So good. Another question here is, what are the apps that can be used with the heart rate monitors? Are there any specific outside of the Accuro one you mentioned?
The Under Armour apps, any heart rate monitor app that is out there that is Bluetooth based. I can generically say that without spending hours drilling down on the 40 plus that are out there. But any Bluetooth heart rate monitor app can utilize the heart rate monitor.
Excellent. Are you able to touch on pricing at all? There's a few people interested in that.
Sure. Watch what happens. I'm going to close out the class, everybody. So I want to close it. So here's the leaderboard that happens automatically. That stays up just for a short period of time because this is for the 20 or 30% of those people that really want to get the attaboy and the pat on the back.
Uh-oh, Kevin, you still there, Kevin? I don't know if we lost Kevin there. We'll give him a second to try to jump back in here. Looks like we can still see him. But I will address actually one question that came up while we're waiting for Kevin to come back in here. You there, Kevin? No? One of the questions was, it says also I noticed MindBody on one of the slides. So does the software integrate with MindBody? And actually, yes, the performance dashboard that Kevin showed earlier does have a connection with MindBody. So if you utilize that, it does connect there and allows you to sync some of your information up there. Okay, you can hear him. I can't hear him, so maybe it's just me. Looks like
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you now. Yep.
All right. This is not a Sprint commercial.
Maybe it was me then who was lost and not you. So
But now you've been found.
that's right. Excellent.
Okay, pricing, just real quickly, and I'll put this sign up real quick. Here you go, and from the slide. So, bottom to top, the app is free. We have a service and license fee. It's normally $129. For those on the call, it's $99 for the system. The system is normally $12.99 for those on the call. We'll provide that to you for under $1,000. Wearable technology. So our lowest price heart rate monitor is $29.99. And we will give you $2 off of that price for those that sign up after the presentation or this week. And then the monitors go up. I'm going to highlight, Aaron, just real quick. Back up to the heart rate monitors. Didn't know I was going to get into a selling mode, but nonetheless. So here are ours. The 302 is Bluetooth and Ant Plus. It's the basic one. That's 70% of the sales. The 303 has Ant Blue, but 12 hours of memory stored in the device as well. So the member can not use their phone, put the chest strap on, go running around the block, come back, grab their phone, and pair it to the monitor and upload the data. The 304, everything I've just mentioned, plus the analog functionality. It's a 5 kilohertz chip that's in it, so it'll be able to communicate with the cardio equipment that you may have in the studio. The Link, Fuse, and Slice, all Bluetooth, all Ant Plus. The Slice will be out in January. The Link is retailed for $79. You could buy it from us for $65. The Fuse, retail at $99. We can sell it to the studios for $79. Slice is soon to be priced, but will be out in January. But it's more of a lifestyle device. Back to you, Aaron.
Excellent. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in, but if you have any other questions, please feel free to answer or ask them right now. Real quickly, I will let everybody know that this presentation is being recorded, and we will send it to everybody by tomorrow, so you have access to that and to be able to reference this whenever you desire. Actually, one other question did pop in, Kevin. Are there any minimums for the orders? So you mentioned buying the system and heart rate monitors and all that. Are there minimums when you order?
Minimums or suggested minimums? Minimums, no. We suggest in a medium-sized studio or medium-sized where they're going to launch classes, we suggest a minimum of 50. We would like as many as possible, but because once you start, it's kind of like eating your favorite food. You can always eat one more. And once your members start buying, at least in your first phase, your first will probably be your highest volume purchase. And then, if you run out within, we can ship in a day's notice. That's not the big deal. We have them in stock in Chicago. But no, there would not be a fixed minimum.
What about private label?
We can do private label. Private label, we have a suggested minimum there of $500, only because there is a setup fee of $375. We absorb that. We do not charge the $375 for the setup. If you purchase 500 or more, we do have a minimum there of $150 with private label, but we then would need to charge that fee of $375 for your setup. But what that gets, though, just in either case, Aaron, just to be clear, their logo of choice goes on the pod of the heart rate monitor. In the box, we give you a blank slate. You design it the way you want it. Or if you just want your basic logo on it, we can do that too.
Excellent. All right, we have about 5 minutes left. We don't have to take up all that time. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them now. But I did want to ask Josh or Chuck if they had anything they wanted to chime in about. I know both of them are very knowledgeable in this area, so I didn't know if Josh or Chuck, if you had anything you would like to add to the conversation, and if not, that's fine too. But just wanted to check in with you guys and see how that's going.
No, Aaron, appreciate it. As it relates to chiming in, I think, as far as the heart rate stuff is concerned, you guys are the experts. From our perspective, it's always good to listen in mainly than participating, just to kind of understand from you guys what you're seeing in the market and how it can benefit a gym, a studio, or a club owner. So I think you guys did an outstanding job of kind of pulling it all together and kind of breaking it down in a way that is very beneficial for those that are listening in to be able to implement in their own facility. So nothing really from my end, so I just want to say thank you for a great webinar.
Excellent. Well, thanks you guys for joining as well. We did have one quick other question that popped up, and Kevin, I think you went over it a little bit, but I'll just have you verbally express it. The question is, how hard is it to set up? So once you get everything in the mail, it's delivered to them. How hard is it for them to set it up?
Yep. Real easy to put it in an answer, but if I didn't have my hands or something to show and tell with, I could not talk. So I'm going to show here. So in that, you identify the location where you're going to have your heart rate training. You would place your television. From the TV, you will run an HDMI cable back to where you will have the laptop located. If it's at the front desk of the studio or in the actual studio itself. HDMI, so we're going from the screen in this picture backwards to the computer. Nothing is connected to the systems router. The two receivers are placed within the studio. They need power. You plug them in and leave them alone. Typically up, we would suggest 8 foot tall. Keep them up and out of sight, out of mind. The systems router is connected wirelessly, Wi-Fi from the computer. Nothing needs to be connected to it. However, from the system router to the club router, we suggest a hard wire cable from your club router. That would be an Ethernet cable that goes to there. If those things are there, when your package arrives, you pull the stuff out of the box, you place the AMP+ receivers where they need to be based on the PDF that we provide you, based on what we've talked about upon your layout. You plug them in, you turn the system router on, wait for it to go green, start putting people's names in with their heart rate monitor serial number, and begin a class. That could take as little as 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Very quick.
Excellent. All right. Well, looks like we're just about, it's 1 minute away from 3 o'clock, so 3 o'clock Eastern, so we can, we'll cut it off here, but thanks again for everybody for joining us here today. I do appreciate it. And thanks again to Josh and Chuck for joining us and being a part of this. And then thanks, Kevin, for putting it on and going through that with everybody. Again, this is being recorded. We will send it to you by tomorrow. And if you have any additional questions, as you think of them, please feel free to reach out to us. Kevin has his information on screen there, so please feel free to reach out to him. And if that's it, then I appreciate everybody, and have a great Thanksgiving holiday if you're here in the States, and a great weekend otherwise. So have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Hey.